Hello Gemini, welcome to your February 2020 astrology reading. So what's important about this month is that your ruler Mercury is going to go into retrograde. Mercury is all about our mind, information, communication. That's what it rules. It rules the connection of like mind, knowledge, communication, all of those things. And when Mercury goes retrograde, those things kind of slow down. So how we process what is in front of us, what we communicate is slower, and even travel. So travel is slower because travel is movement. That would be slower. Technology becomes a little bit more faulty. So during this time, if you're traveling, really take care that, you planned well about it, and take note, even little trips, car trips, all of that. Just make sure you planned, missing appointments, timing. All of that happens during Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde being your ruling planet, Mercury, it can be really tough on Gemini. It's because there's a lot of you'll communicate to everyone and everybody. And when this energy slows down, it can be rather frustrating for Gemini. And a lot of times during the Mercury retrograde, people get into a heap of conflict. Just based on pure miscommunication, and a lot of overthinking of the past happens during Mercury retrograde. So be easy on yourself. It happens on the 17th of Feb from 10th of March, but we're already in the pre-shadow period in February. So be easy on yourself, Gemini. I really feel like this year for you, Gemini, as a whole, you're going through such a transformation and awakening, especially because you're going to experience a Venus retrograde in Gemini this year. And Venus is doing some interesting things with your zodiac. And Venus rules love, relationship, finance, all of those things that we find beautiful. And you're really transforming this year on a whole. So, you're learning new things. How to be responsible, what you really want out of a relationship, responsible about your career, responsible choices, responsible about the people you interact with. It's normally fine to be greeting and saying hello to everybody and having these communications going, but it's almost like you're transforming in a way that maybe your interaction is changing, and really looking at how you interact, and do you want to really interact with everyone during this year? That's what's really about for Gemini. So going back to February, we're going to be having a full moon on the 8th, 9th of February, and that full moon is going to be in Leo, but it's going to be in your third house. So you really have to watch your mind. I mean, the third house is ruled by Mercury. It is your zodiac. So all information, new information can come to light for you. New things that you didn't know, you'll now rediscover. Also, like, stuff that you didn't know, information, people saying things that you didn't know and now becoming aware of it. Learning, you will be learning a lot during this full moon, wanting to learn something new as well. Changing old thoughts that you've had, like how you thought previously, how you think now. But it's very important, Gemini, during this full moon to really watch your mind, because the mind during the full moon for Gemini, being in your third house, can really start making you overthink and over worry and over stress yourself out. I mean, it's putting a lot of pressure there. And what it's showing you within your mind, how much of your mind really needs right now to be decluttered. What thoughts are you having that's completely driving you crazy? What are you overthinking? What are you over analyzing? I mean, it's showing you that all these things and creating more peace and harmony within your mind, so you can let it go. Doesn't mean like if something pops into your mind now, just discard everything. It means not fixating so much to the point that it's disturbing your peace. It's accepting your thoughts. So even if you're concerned about something, really truly accepting it and not overthinking about it, but looking for the more information you can get, being that this full moon is in your third house, seeking more information. Good full moon for connecting, in a sense of connecting the dots. That's why your mind would probably be overworking too. It's like you're trying to mentally connect the dots, and that can be really tough. So try not to drive yourself crazy doing that. Know that this is really energy focused on the mind and making you overthink. And Mercury also with the pre-shadow period of retrograde, a lot of thinking of the past, which can be so heavy. it can really make your head feel heavy. Like, you know, like your head's going to explode with all these thoughts coming through right now. It's like, what's happening presently, what's happened before, all just impacting you now. And what thoughts have you suppressed? It's now all at the forefront of your brain. So I would suggest writing it out and releasing it. And during the Mercury retrograde, it's going to be, I'm just checking my notes, in the 10th and 9th house for you. So the 10th house is about your career, really looking at past things that you've done in your career, now really looking at and wanting to take a new direction of where you want to go. And the 9th house is about, with Mercury retrograde, really looking at all places you've actually been to. So you might be reminiscing of places you've been to. You might go to a place that you've actually been to before, and, you know, going through those memories during this time. The 9th house is also a lot about teaching, learning, expanding in knowledge. There's so much of information that's now coming through to you, Gemini, and so much of an awakening process. I mean, you're highly spiritual beings, really. Gemini is a very spiritual energy with a divine message to share. Lots of times they might be friendly and talk to everyone and connect to everyone, but they suppress a lot of their own thoughts of what's actually going on within them. Now, with this energy, you're not allowed to suppress that. You have to explore it, explore your fears, explore the things that hold you back, and know that you can do it. This is a good month with the new moon that's going to be happening in Pisces on the 23rd, 24th for you to actually explore your creativity. You're a very creative sign, and you guys really need to be involved in a job or career purpose that your heart really speaks to. Otherwise, you don't feel connected. So anything to do where you're connecting to people, talking, you know, really feeling like you're part of spreading a message, or even travel, all of those kinds of things. Remember, your 10th house is also being activated during this time. So you're really looking at your career, those goals, and what you really want for yourself during the month of February. And by the time we get to the Pisces new moon, you're in that manifestation period and really looking at going through a process of awakening. What more can I do? How much more can I fulfill my purpose, my divine purpose? And that's really what you're going to be going through this entire year. My divine purpose in my relationship, my divine purpose in my career, my divine purpose in whatever it is that you're doing, because your purpose right now is at the forefront and it's really pushing you ahead. And it's almost like you've suppressed your purpose, suppressed deeper callings, and now you can't suppress it. So it's like all the talking and voices in your head is all going off like alarm bells all at once. And it's a good time to meditate. It's really about quietening your mind to understand what part of it is just really breaking you down and taking you back to where you don't need to be and distracting you from what you need to focus on. Gemini often gets distracted by doing a lot of other things and not doing the things that they really want to do. So really go forth and do the things you want to do. Live your best life. You are the messenger of the zodiac, and that's your message. Living your best life. Connecting to all of us, empowering us to do the things that we want to do, and you can go forth and do it. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and if you'd like a reading, you can email me.